Wonka Whipple Whipple Wonka. Hello everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. Now today we are making a Willy Wonka inspired recipe. It is sent to me by Ed Gent on email. I hope that's your real name. Mrs. Barry thinks it's a made up name. I believe it is a real one. We are randomly in the woods. First things first, I want to thank everyone that's putting up with our videos at the moment because we do have building work going on. It's insanely noisy, so we're just getting out and about to do the voiceover. So thank you so much for putting up with it, and don't worry, the real-time recipes will be coming back once it's all done very, very soon. But we are making, I'm going to have to read this out, Wonka Whipple Scrumptious Fudgemallow Delight Chocolate Bar, Willy Wonka inspired recipe. Very excited to make this. A lot of you guys wanted to see it, so we have just done it. This is how I got on, and I hope you give it a go. So the first thing you really need for this is a chocolate bar mold. And if you look online for a chocolate bar mold, you can get those like quite thin ones, which I've already got, but you need quite a deep cavity for this. And randomly, even soap ones didn't work. But I did find one that I ordered, and when it arrived, it was kind of small and thin. They would have made like good Kit Kat finger ones. So I'll do a homemade Kit Kat bar one day. So we didn't use that. I went to a hobby craft store and found this thing that looks like a peel box, which would work kind of well, but it had these sort of like narrow columns in it and like little sharp pointy bits, so it might have stabbed it a little bit. I also found these little plastic pot containers, which would also work quite well, but might make it look quite stumpy. So the final thing I went with was actually a small loaf tin, which was actually going to make quite a nice sized chocolate bar. So I was pretty excited, and that was the mold I opted with. Not really sure where I was going with this, but the bottom line is find a mold that suits, but you need a deep cavity. First thing you're going to do is break up your chocolate into nice little pieces. Just blast it in the microwave, 30 seconds each, ensuring you stir it until you've got a lovely, smooth, melted chocolate baby, which you're just gonna pour into your mold of choice. So make sure you get it all in the bottom and then up the sides. Just a thinnish layer, and shove it in the freezer for 10 minutes so it'll firm up. Whilst that chocolate is setting in the fridge, we're going to make our fudge filling. It's the most dangerous step, and ideally you're going to need a candy thermometer for this, okay? So what you're going to do in a saucepan is pour in your milk, butter and sugar, and it's going to get very, very dangerous. It's going to bubble, and you're going to just keep going away. Make sure you stir it so the sugar dissolves through, the butter melts, and it bubbles roaring away. If you're a young child, you're going to need adult supervision 100% with this, okay? And just want to say, a deer just randomly walked past while I said that. So if I need to suddenly turn the camera around and show you a deer over a chocolate bar, that's going to happen. Anyhow, with this bubbling away, as soon as it hits that 115 degrees soft ball stage, remove it from the heat very carefully. Trust me, you do not want to get this on your fingers. Add in the vanilla extract. About a teaspoon of that gives it a nice vanilla-y spank. Stir that through, and then just transfer it into a glass. Put it in the fridge to cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure your fudge isn't cooled down too much, okay, because it becomes quite butch and unmaneuverable. You want a teeny bit of movement in it to make this next step easier. So you're going to add that into your chocolate, kind of about a third of the way up in there, spreading it all out so it's nice and even. Then grab yourself some marshmallow fluff. Nice bike. I don't know if you heard that. You're going to grab your marshmallow fluff and add that layer on there. Get it all smoothed out too. And what we'll do then is get an extra batch of chocolate, melted chocolate, and drizzle it all on there to bring it flush to the top. So we've effectively made this Wonka-esque chocolate bar upside down. Shove it in your fridge to set. It needs a really good set for at least an hour. So simply remove your Wonka Whipple Scrumptious Fudgemallow Delight chocolate bar from the mold and like gawp. I haven't ever used that word before in a video. Gawp in its monstrosity and gorgeous chocolateness. Absolutely phenomenal. Of course, you might want to make it a little smaller, but hey, you know you guys like it when I make giant stuff. So it's kind of like a midi giant food going on. Phenomenal. So thank you so much, Ed, for sending that recipe in. Absolute stonker indeed. Hope you guys give it a go, but do be careful with making that fudge. It is very, very dangerous indeed. That is it, folks. Do let me know any other recipes you'd like to see. I will try out more of your suggestions. Leave comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for regular recipes and food fun, and I'll see you again next time. Now, where's that deer? It was up there, honestly, but it's gone now. Oh dear.